Hamad. Adnan Hamad is an Iraqi, but he is the general coach of the Jordanian team. Unfortunately, a very bad, awkward situation happened to him in Australia, in Melbourne airport, as he was detained for no reason. For no reason. All the papers, all the procedures were okay, and he was detained, and it was only the interference of the Jordanian ambassador there which freed Adnan. Why? I don't know, and I think that Australia should answer the demand or the request introduced by the Jordanian Foreign Ministry just to know why Adnan Hamad was detained. Let's move to Neymar, as you've mentioned him, and because I'd like to mention one of his quotations, because he said something great about Ronaldinho. He said Ronaldinho, the most recent Brazil star to leave his mark at Barcelona, is beyond comparison after he made history with Barcelona, but I am ready to start marking history. I'd like to have your comments on Neymar's statements.
Well, Neymar has been very bright, and when he visited Barcelona for the contract and for introducing him to the fans, he was very bright in his comments. He said that he's here to help Messi maintain his title as best player in the world. He said that he wants to learn from Barcelona and to add to his experience and to his qualities. And of course, Ronaldinho, a player who Messi said that I'm playing in a team with the best player in the world. Messi himself said, I'm playing with the best player in the world, and I'm proud of this. So Ronaldinho, of course, is a top quality player, and he's up till now wanted by many clubs like Besiktas now in Turkey. And Neymar is bright enough to not to put himself in comparison with such players and to stay in respect of these great players.
Some information about Neymar. Neymar da Silva Santos Jr., the full name, striker, wearing t-shirt number 10 with his national team and number 7 with Barca, the top scorer for the Brazilian Premier League 2012, top scorer of the Brazilian Cup 2010, best player of the Brazilian Premier League for 3 times. To all the fans, this is the new star, Neymar. Taking you to the wide game, Roland Garros. Serena Williams and Nadal. Serena Williams against Martina and against Sharapova, and I don't think if you I don't know if you have seen the match or no, the last ball, the game ball.
Yeah.
And how Serena was reacting, but she deserved to be happy. She is unstoppable, 31, and I think it's number 16 Grand Slam for her.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And what about Nadal?
Well, Nadal, I think he has done a great job the past 2 years. Yeah, he was so below every other player. He was far from everyone, and he's not a very talented player. He's a very hard worker. He's very fit this tournament, and he has been preparing for several past tournaments. He won other tournaments this year, and he's going up gradually, and he's doing a great job in this. Yeah, I think so.
You know, I was asking about those two in specific and winning Roland Garros, one of the Grand Slams of tennis, because I think now it's the differences between the standard in the very first 5 top ranking or top seeds is very slight.
Yeah.
I mean, I cannot say that Djokovic, for instance, because he is number 1, he's going to take all the Grand Slams.
Yeah,
Serena Williams will do the same. Sharapova, whoever.
Yeah.
Very slight differences.
Yeah.
Why? I mean, what can push this to win and deprive this from the title?
The edge. Every player has an edge. So your edge can be talent, it can be fitness, it can be that you are smart. You have an edge. So, for example, Nadal, he has an edge of fitness. If he's very, very fit, he wins. If he's not, he doesn't. After Federer, everyone is very close to each other. Okay, so Federer now is 31 years old, and he's going down a little bit, bit by bit, but he's maintaining at least being to top 5. And of course, the talent is there all the time.
Yeah.
But the fitness is not. And other players, when they are fit, like Djokovic and Nadal, they are most favorite, of course. So I think it will be
You know, I was asking this question because I've read it more than once by more than one player that they do not feel happy when they play on clay, when they play in Paris, when they play especially in that city.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have good luck here, I don't have good luck there. Do you think that they do believe in such things?
It's not just the city, it's the court, it's the ground. Some people like Nadal, for example, he plays very well on clay court. Hard court is for Federer. Federer plays great on hard court. Djokovic hard court is better, of course, for him than clay court. So every player prefers, because it's about the rebound of the ball, his speed, the way he adapts with the court. This is what they prefer. So you find it for Federer, for example, playing very well in the States, or playing very well on hard court generally. Nadal is great on clay court, especially Roland Garros, of course. And I think these classifications will stay there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Regarding the classifications, for 5 years, the Jamaican Usain Bolt was #1.
Yeah.
And after 5 years of dominating sprinting, Usain Bolt is showing signs of slowing down, but you know, this slowing down of Usain Bolt is 1/100th of a second.
Yeah.
And this is too much for the guy.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it was the start of the season for him, and because of that, it was, I don't want to say a bad omen, but he said that I was not fit enough.
Yeah.
I'd like to have your comment on that. With this 1/100th of a second, this is being professional, and this is knowing well how to react to a defeat in the first in 5 years.
Yeah. Well, Bolt has said more than once before that he played when he wasn't that fit, but he wins. And every athlete has his peak. So you go to your peak, you score the best scores ever, and then you have to go down. You can't stay at the peak for such a long
Look to
time.
the guy.
Yeah. He's amazing, of course.
This is to learn anatomy.
Yeah. He's an amazing athlete, of course. But it's good that he knows that he wasn't fit and that he still wants to compete. He has a great figure.
For the record, it was Bolt's first significant loss since he full start disqualification at the 2011 World Championships in South Korea.
Yeah.
The very first. Yeah, I mean, hamstring injury also is not that easy, and especially for someone, for a sprinter or for an athlete like Bolt.
I think he'll stay there at the top, maybe at least a couple of more years. You can't find a runner with this figure, how tall he is and how speedy he is, and
how long his legs.
Yeah, yeah, his body shape is amazing. So you can't find a runner with this body shape. So I think he'll stay there at least for another couple of years on top, especially that he now knows that he went down a little bit, so he'll fight for it.
Finally, let's have a smile with squash, because we are dominating squash, not like Bolt, the running area. As far as I know, that our teams traveled to France only 2 days ago to participate in the World Cup for teams, and the delegation was headed by Mr. Asim Khalifa, the president of the Egyptian Federation. Captain Mohammed Medhat is there, the coach, and of course our champions, Rami Ashour, Karim Darwish, Omar Musad, Tariq Mu'min, but Tariq Mu'min is replaced by Mohammed Shourbaghi, because Tariq said that he's that exhausted to go after he was participating in the British Open.
But he went, he's there.
He's there?
Yeah, he's there.
With the Shourbaghi?
Yeah, he's there. Tariq is there. He went with them.
But they are still in the preliminary stages. Yeah,
but he went with the team. He was with the team over there. And I think, inshallah, we have great favors in winning the title for Egypt.
I'd like to thank you, of course, very much for the wonderful interview you had with Rami Ashour. We aired it last time.
Rami is a very close friend of mine, and he's a great athlete, and he's the best player in the world right now with breaking records and
a year without a loss. A year without a defeat.
Karim Darwish is also a great player. We have a very good team, and Mohammed Medhat is a good coach. And I think, inshallah, we can come back with the cup, inshallah.
We hope so. By the way, Mr. Asim Khalifa said it. He said that he is that much confident. Let's cross our fingers and wish them the best of luck. And wish them also the best of luck in the bid to include squash into the Olympic Games.
We all hope.
We all hope. Next September is going to be the decisive day where it's going to be chosen between baseball, wrestling, and squash, and we all hope that squash will do it.
Yeah, it's the problem of weight and political weight, especially that wrestling have Russia and the states backing up wrestling. So
it's business.
Yeah, I was talking to actually to Boogie, our wrestler,
Mohamed Fattah Boogie.
Yeah, and he told me that they will never let it go because Russia and USA have wrestling like a very common sport over there. It's in schools, and they will never permit this because this will mean that the sport will die over there in their countries. Iran is also a very strong pusher after this. So it will be a competition between politics, and I think squash has the right at least for a trial.
And business.
Yeah.
And money.
Yeah.
It's an industry, so more or less.
We hope it's in, inshallah.
Inshallah. Yeah. Unfortunately, we don't have time to speak about taekwondo.
Yeah.
And you know, you're an expert in the story, and you can tell us more about the local taekwondo and what's going on.
The national team is in Korea right now, and they're preparing for Mediterranean, and then the World Cup in Mexico, inshallah. We have a great team, and we have great players. We have Hidayah Malak.
Promise that we are going to speak in details about that.
Inshallah.
Next time.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you very much, Wael.
Thank you very much.
By this, we come to the end of this episode of Score Sheet. Till we meet again, same time on Nile International. Many thanks for watching. Many thanks for Wael Mahran, and this was Nermeen Abdurrahman.